Hey everyone, Syra here, and today I've got a full guide on body swapping in Where Winds Meet. But not just how to change your body type, I'm also going to clear up some huge misconceptions and misinformations around this system. A lot of videos only show you how to do it, but they don't explain what actually happens after, like what happens to your dyes, presets, cosmetics, and the limitations you need to know. Or what happens if you change your mind later and want to swap back again. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of that. Make sure you stick around because there are some things you really need to know before changing your body type. And if you don't, it could actually cost you a lot. So first, really quickly, if you don't know how to swap body type, you can do it using the transformation pills. At the moment, there are two ways to get it. The first is through the shop under the items. You can buy it with pearls, which is real money and it's roughly around $30. The second option is through the monthly pass VIP shop, where it costs 6,400 Echo Jades. Once you have the pill, all you need to do is use it, choose your new body type, and go through character customization again. But this is where things get tricky and where a lot of people make mistakes. There are actually a lot of rules behind the system and they are not very clearly explained. And the problem is you only get to see all those rules after you use the transformation pill, meaning you've already spent your pearls or Echo Jade. So let me break everything down clearly so you know exactly what happens after you swap. First of all, your progression is completely safe, meaning that your level, abilities, inner ways, profession, or your social relationships, all of that stays exactly the same. What does change is your character's appearance. Your model, voice, and visuals all adjust to the new body type, and you'll get a chance to customize your face again. It also says that your original appearance and presets are saved, but personally, I still recommend saving your preset manually just in case. That way, if you ever want to switch back, you don't risk losing your original look. Now, this part is pretty straightforward, but this is where things start to get more complicated. When it comes to cosmetics, most of your items will actually convert to your new body type. So your outfits, hairstyles, and overall cosmetics will adapt to the new body type. There is a common misconception that cosmetics are gender locked, but that's not really the case right now. Most cosmetics will convert automatically when you swap. However, there might be gender-locked cosmetics in the future. So if that happens, those specific items wouldn't be usable after swapping. But for now, everything should convert. Now here is the most important part where you can actually lose a lot of value if you're not careful. On your first body swap, the game will compensate you for your dyes. It looks at the dyes you've used on your outfits and hairstyles and then gives you compensation based on that. But this is very important, those usually come back as limited time dyes. So you have around 1 week to use everything, else they will disappear. Now the problem starts when you swap again. The system only looks at the most recent dyes you've used since your last swap. So it doesn't care about your original dyes anymore, only your current ones. And here's the key part. If your current dyes are limited time dyes, you get no compensation again. So if you used those compensated dyes and then swap again, everything is gone. So if you're swapping body type just because you want to try something new, that's completely fine. But if your plan is to swap once, then swap back again just to get all your dyes back, especially those premium dyes, well, it doesn't work that way. Now, here is the thing. The game does give you a 7-day window after your first body swap where you can roll back for free if you change your mind. But this only applies to your first swap. The problem is there's no clear explanation on what happens to your dyes if you roll back within those 7 days. So my theory is that since the compensated dyes are given to you as an items in your inventory, if you don't use them and roll back right away, they should still be there. And that would mean you could use them again after switching back. But if you have already used those dyes, then they're gone and the rollback won't restore them. Again, this isn't officially confirmed, so if anyone has tested this, Let me know in the comments. Also, some players think that swapping body type will help increase their elegance score because they get their dyes back and they can just re-dye their outfits again. But that's actually not how it works. The compensated dyes you got are limited time dyes and they do not increase your elegance score anymore. So if the reason for swapping is to boost your elegance, don't do it because it doesn't work that way. And lastly, after your second body swap, there's a cooldown. So unlike the first time where you can roll back within 7 days, once you swap again, you cannot just switch back right away. There is roughly a 2-week cooldown before you can use another transformation pill. So you'll have to stay with that body type for a while. And that's about everything you need to know about body swapping after the latest update. I hope you found this video helpful, and also don't forget to check out my other Where Winds Meet guides and showcases, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.